Oh, did I talk about when Madoka ran away?
I don't know if you did.
I don't know if I talked about this on stream. Okay, back to the fact that smart dogs are the worst. So, oh my god, they're the worst. Okay, so we don't have a closed backyard yet. We've never had a closed backyard. We're eventually going to have one for the first time, and it's going to be amazing to let the dogs out. However, I sometimes will let Madoka off leash, like not even off leash, just like drop her leash and let her go pee so that I can handle something else in the meantime. And sometimes she comes back because I have a treat, and like that's usually how like I get her to come back. I'm like, "Do you want your treat? Like, come back." Eventually she gets bored of the treat and doesn't want to listen to me, and she'll look at me and then be like, "Nah, I'm just gonna leave actually, and I'll see you later." So I let her off leash, and I think, well, she's never left the yard before. Like, she doesn't even know where the exits are. Well, I was wrong, because I let her go. She looks at me, she sniffs around, and then she makes a beeline to the exit. And I'm like, well, crap. My dog is gone. So I'm like, Ursula, go let Fado in. Because Fado's off leash, but he's stupid, so he doesn't know he's free. And he's just like enjoying his time. So like Ursula goes and gets Fado, and I go to the front and I just can't find her. And I'm just looking out on the street, and we're close to the highway. So I'm like part of me is like, oh my god, she's gonna die. But another part of me is like, no, she's smart. She doesn't walk onto the street. There's got to be somewhere that she wanted to go. So I walk down, and I live like really close to my mom's house. And my mom has a dog, and Madoka has played in the backyard with that dog. So I checked there, and I didn't see her. And then I double back, and she's sitting on my mom's porch, just like at the door, like waiting to be let inside. So yeah, that
She's like, hey.
that's why smart dogs are the worst. They know what they want, and they're gonna get it.
There's so many times where you'll be like, Madoka, come here, and she'll look at you and run off. And you're like,
Yeah, well, the thing is, she does that too. Like, she'll look at me, and then she'll go off and do her own thing. She's ran away another time when I was at the other house, and she looked at me, and she left. And then I went to find her. I stared down the row of houses, because we lived in, like, a townhouse kind of thing. So I see her, like, 7 houses down, sniffing in someone's yard, and I'm like, hey. And she looks at me, and I'm like, could you come back? And then she ran at me. Like, oh man, I'm home now. It's fine. I got to sniff. You know, she knows that if she's bad, she can go do the sniffing thing and we'll catch her, but like, who cares? I got to sniff anyways. Like, I don't care if you're mad at me. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't like yelling at them or doing anything like that. And I mean, the good part is she is pretty smart, and like I worry when she runs out, because like it is dangerous, and like I try to do like everything I can to make sure she doesn't do that. But she also, like, she's walked around. I do loose leash. She stays on the sidewalk for the most part. I'd be worried about her going to the post office, the post box where we like to go, because there isn't a sidewalk and we walk down the road, so she would probably think the road is fine. But yeah, she's at least aware of her surroundings. Like,
yeah.
Fado doesn't know what's going on. Like,
You blink one eye at a time.
yeah, he doesn't know. He's constantly underfoot. When he's about to get run over, he freezes and lets it happen. Like, yeah. So stupid dogs are great because they never run off. They're just living their life.
Serena once. It was when we were in the middle of our move, and Bones' mom came over, and she opened the door, and Serena just like bolted. She just ran past her, and started running down the road. And so I ran after her, and I was like looking down the street, like, where did she go? And then she comes back around the corner, just running full tilt. And then a guy came down the road, and I think she'd like run up to him and like jumped on him, and then came running back.
Oh my god.
She's just so hype.
Yeah, she's gotten better. We're working on like, because part of the problem is like we moved to a new house, so they didn't understand like what thresholds they're not allowed to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, it's what you got to teach them, because like at the old house they know which doors they're not allowed to go through, so it took a bit to like teach them not to run through.
Yeah.
And the way you do that is like you have to give them the opportunity to like escape and show them that they shouldn't do that. Like the gut instinct is to just try and like squeeze past and hold them back, but that's just an accident waiting to happen, because like they're like, oh man, if I do it right, I'm gonna get through. But yeah, putting them on leash and giving them a treat for waiting, and then you leave them. Yeah, I find like with puppies, like a lot of the stuff people teach them is silly. Like people want to teach their dogs to give high fives, which is cool and easy, but like more important things like impulse control, like that gets put to the back burner. Yeah. Anyways, I like dogs.